before I start teaching today, let's do a quick recap. I wrote it down here. I think this is page 3. Okay, I wrote it on the OneNote that generally to solve quadratic equations, your right hand side must first be 0. That's number 1. Okay, you must always first check that the right hand side is 0. If it's not, you have to bring them over to the left, either minus or plus, right? Then after that, on the left hand side, you should be able to factorize. At Sec 2, all the questions we give you are factorizable. At Sec 3, I cannot say the same. There are other techniques that you will learn. Okay? Once you factorize, this step 3, which is something equals 0 or something equals 0, make a note here. This refers to the zero product rule. Okay? And if you do not know what the zero product rule stands for, you can go and look at the worksheet again, but you have to scroll up to page 2 this time round to see this. I forgot to record. Anyway, the zero product rule says this. You're going to read yourself. But I also remember sharing with you all this example. 2 things are multiplied because of bracket, but the right hand side is not 0. How? Can I say that it's equal to 4? The answer is no, cannot. Yeah? Yes, because zero product rule only works if the right hand side is a 0. It has to be 0. If it's a 4, then you cannot do it. Okay? So these are the recap. Yeah, finally, back to this question. Once you have gotten this, you solve it and you check your answer. All okay? Okay, then we continue with today, which is at example 4, which is I think page 5, right? Yeah. Okay, more complicated problems. Always make sure you check that your right hand side must be 0. In this case, it is not. So what can we do? Expand, very good. And then after that, make one side to be equal to 0. So let's start with the first step. First, I expand 3x squared plus 3x. That's my expansion. After that, I need to make the right hand side 0, right? So these terms should go over to the other side. Okay, so make one side of the equation to be equal to 0. Now you see this step 2, I actually wrote down one side only. I never specify it must be the left hand side or the right hand side, meaning any side also can. So for this question, some of you don't like to bring this to the left because it becomes negative. Some of you prefer to bring the 2x to the right. That is okay. So let me show you. If you do that, then you will have 0 on the left, 3x squared plus 3x minus the 2x minus the 4. Because we are bringing this term and this term, we are bringing them over to the right hand side. So that's how I got 0. But before you move on, to make it more palatable for yourself, why not swap the order? If the left hand side is equal to the right hand side, then I can swap them around. Right hand side equal left hand side, not an issue. So you can rewrite them as 3x squared plus x minus 4 equal to 0. Either way, they are equal to 0. It doesn't matter which side you write your algebra on. Are we clear? Can, for those of us who are staring at me like, what is this rubbish that you just said? All I'm saying is if 0 is equal to a, then you can also write a equal to 0. Just swap the order around. Can? Okay, so that's all I'm saying. Now, go to step 3. What do I do in step 3? I want to simplify the equation to this form. And you check it's already the form. It's already the correct form. So actually, I can just write down that this is the correct form. And of course, I need to factorize in my next step. Factorize, there's a box space here for you to draw a box or a frame diagram. Both are okay, up to you. So how do we factorize this expression? 3x squared, I put here. Minus 4, I put here. The plus x, I put outside. Now I need to fill up the rectangle, the perimeter, right? So I can choose, for instance, I can choose x and 3x to multiply together to give me 3x squared. No issue there so far. For the number minus 4, I can try to multiply 1 and minus 4. I can try this. I'm trying, don't copy yet. Wait until I'm done. So with this, I can fill up this box here, which is minus 4x, and this box here, which is plus 3x. Now if you look carefully, these two, they don't give me plus x. Minus 4 and plus 3 does not give me plus x. So I need to swap the minus sign around. So I need to make this into plus 4, make this into minus 3. This therefore must be minus 1, this one must be plus 4. Okay? Now this is factorization, you should know what to do. Once I'm done with this, I factorize x minus 1, 3x plus 4 equal to 0. Use the zero product rule, x minus 1 equals 0 or 3x plus 4 equal to 0. I underline the or. I want to emphasize that you should write an or in the middle. And then we solve. How to solve? How to solve? Bring the number, then after that divide, right? Okay, so x equals to 1. That's the answer on the left. What about the answer on the right? X equals to? Negative 4. No, negative 4 out of 3. I was marking some of your exit passes, and I noticed that you like to use mixed fraction. Try not to, okay? For algebra, always better to use improper fraction. Yeah. So if you are the kind who's so used to writing in mixed fraction, time to update the habit. Yeah. Okay. Am I done already? I solved the answer. Am I done? Need to check. That's right. That's why I wrote down for step number 5 that you must check your solution. Always check. Okay? If you don't check, you might get it wrong. Then you'll be wasting your time. Now, how do we check? Must everyone remember? To check, you sub, right? Sub the value back into the original equation, right? Yeah. So the original equation, if you recall, let me just zoom out a bit. The original equation is this: 2x plus 4 equal 3x bracket x plus 1. Okay, I'm going to write it down here. 2x plus 4 equal 3. Equal to 3x bracket x plus 1. Am I right? Let me just check. Yep. When you want to check your answer, remember this, please. You are always supposed to do left hand side equal, right hand side equal. Left hand side equal, right hand side equal. You are supposed to check your solution by checking the left, check the right, and then after that, check whether or not they are, what's the keyword I'm looking for? Sub to the left, sub to the right, and then check whether or not they are equal. Thank you. Listen, please. Alright, so sub to the left, x equals to 1 first. Sub to the left, 2 plus 4 equals 6. Sub to the right, 3 bracket 2, also 6. So this is correct, because left hand side, right hand side are both 6. So this is correct, right? So x equal to 1 is correct. Okay? On the other column here, I am going to do this number, negative 4 over 3. A bit hard to do mentally, but you can just use calculator to help you. Negative, so this is negative, key into your calculator, 2 bracket negative 4 over 3 plus 4. Key your calculator, get a number. Then for the next one, 3 times negative 4 over 3 times negative 4 over 3 plus 1 equal. Now, once you key in your calculator, you should get an answer. Does anyone know what the answer is? One? Are you sure it's 1? Key calculator, key calculator. I don't want to always give you answer. You are just waiting for me at this point. Key calculator. Thank you. So you have checked that both of them are 4 over 3, and therefore you know x equals to minus 4 over 3 is a correct answer. Then you know you can move on. If you don't check your answer, you wouldn't know. Then you can move on. Alright. This is example 4. This is the whole set of working. Is that okay? I'm going to pause the video, giving you time to do practice 4 before I go through. Okay? So practice 4, right hand side needs to be expanded. Ashmita, have you figured out how we do this? Okay, how? What's your method? Okay, rectangle method, very good. We have x plus 1 and x minus 2. Okay? Expand it out, x squared plus x. And then simplify these two terms, which are like terms, so that you know the right hand side, is x squared minus x minus 2. Kinwai, do you get this one right? Yeah, you're distracted, that's why I call you. Okay. Listen first. Later then do. Listen first. Make one side 0. Which side should I make 0? Whichever side you want. Okay? In my case, I'm going to take this side and I'm going to make it 0. I'm going to bring all of them over to the left. Now when you bring something across the equal sign, it swaps the polarity. Bring everything over, 2x squared minus the x squared. The minus x brought over become plus x. Minus 14 stays, but the minus 2 bring over become plus 2. Everything brought over equal to 0. Now we simplify. This 2 is x squared. There's only one x, and this 2 is actually minus 12. The common mistake will be that people write minus 16 for this. That would be a common mistake. Alright? Okay. Factorization now. I now have this term that I need to factorize. So to factorize this, I will draw another rectangle. My rectangle now looks different. X squared minus 12 plus x outside. I'm going to try and fill in the blanks. Obviously, x times x gives me x squared. For 12, Dia, what will you choose? What times what? 3 and 4, yeah, okay, 3 and 4. I want a plus x, right? So when I multiply out, this is 3x because 3 times x. This box here is 4x because 4 times x. And I want it to be a plus x. That means this has to be plus, this has to be minus. Because 4 minus 3 gives me plus x. Okay? So this is the correct orientation. So x plus 4 and x minus 3. Because I want the minus 3, yeah? So factorize this, x plus 4, x minus 3 equal to 0. X is negative 4 or x will be equal to 3. Like I said, the zero product rule, where you write out something equals 0 or something equals 0, is a step that you don't need to write if you are very familiar. You can skip that step. Okay? I zoom out so that you can see the whole question for 4a. If you have plus 12, then your x squared will be minus x squared. Yeah, then correct lah. Huh? It's the same thing because I brought everything to the left side, you brought everything to the right side. Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay. We should always have the habit of checking answers. Okay, but for the interest of time, I'm not doing it on recording. Okay, please do that on your own time. B. Part B. Not everyone is able to do this, so let's start. This is an identity, a plus b squared. This is also an identity, a plus b, a minus b. Okay, so use your identities to help you. Okay, apply the formula a plus b squared, a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, right? So a is x, b is 2, so x squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, b squared is 2 squared, which is 4. 2ab, right? So then it should be 4ab. Very good, thank you. Any other? Correct. So we apply the formula. Maybe I write down a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Now for the green color one, Ijin, you know the formula? A plus B, A minus B, what does it become? Malcolm? Okay, A square minus B square. Now I'm just testing your on identities. You don't memorize, it's fine. You still have time before WA2. So this becomes A square minus B square. A is this guy and B is this guy. So our formula now becomes 2x square minus 3 square plus 6, because this guy was not, we did not do anything to it, so just bring it down. Simplify. So 2x bracket square is 4x square. I hope you all know that. You square the number 2 and you square the x. 3 square is 9 plus 6. Now minus 9 plus 6 is equal to negative 3. So actually I can also just write this as negative 3, right? I hope you all know that. Actually in real exam, you will key this into calculator. You won't be using mental sum for everything. During exam, you want to offload your cognitive load. Whatever can be calculated, use your calculator. If you type fast enough lah. If your mental sum is fast, then of course mental sum. But in any case, right now, I want to make one side equal to 0. Which side should I make 0? Doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't matter, right? Because any side can be 0. So, if I were you, I will take this side and I want to bring it to the right hand side. It's very simple for me. For me, I look at the x squared term. Whichever is bigger stays. Because after I move the smaller one, it will still be positive. Do you understand the thought process? That's for me. Maybe you like negative numbers, then you just, or maybe you don't like to think so much. Every time just move to the left. Everything also go to the left. That's also okay. For me, I always keep the bigger x squared behind. So I'm going to do this, and when I do that, left hand side is 0, right hand side will be 4x squared minus x squared, then minus 4x, right, this is plus, so go over become minus, and then I have a plus 4, which goes over to become minus 4. Now I simplify this, 4x squared, oh sorry, this is 3x squared, minus 4x, then minus 7. Okay? Now the next step is factorization. I draw the box, I fill in the blank, 3x squared minus 7 and minus 4 outside. 3 and 7 are prime numbers. When I see prime numbers, I'm very happy because I know that there is only one way to multiply them. So 3 must be 1 times 3. 7, because it's a prime number, has to be 1 times 7. So I will do 1 times 7 like this. Okay, let's fill up the middle. 3x and 1 gives me 3x, and then x and 7 gives me 7x. I want a minus 4, so clearly there must be a minus sign here, right? So minus 7x plus 3x will give me minus 4x. So now I'm done. I put a plus here. I know that my factorization is x plus 1, 3x minus 7 equals 0. Use your zero product rule. X plus 1 is 0, or 3x minus 7 is 0. So x is minus 1, or x is equal to 7 over 3. It is always good practice to check your answer, but like I said, no time to do that on recording. Check your answer yourself. Sub to the left, sub to the right, and check. This is question 4B. Any questions? Now, some of you not done yet, so I'm going to pause the video so that you can continue working on it. Yeah? Okay, so for bonus question 1, they want you to solve this equation, looks very complicated, in a few steps. And they don't want you to use calculator. It can be done, but you must first recognize this. This bracket and this bracket are the same. The only difference is the power 2. What does this mean? It means that this bracket can be factorized. This bracket can be factorized, so you can take out 99x minus 101, and in your factorized form, this one originally has 2 brackets. So when you factorize it, you will have 1 bracket left. This one has 1, so when you factorize, it's gone. This is the one left. Okay, this will be equal to 0. Okay, next. Once you got this, do you realize that this is a bracket and this is another bracket? Actually, you can use zero product rule because bracket means multiply equals 0. So we use zero product rule, 99x minus 101 equal to 0, or this second bracket can be simplified. I show you 99x plus x is equal to 100x, and then after that you have minus 101 plus 1, which will be minus 100. Solve these two, you will have x equals to 101 over 99, or x equals to 1. This is how you solve it in as few steps as possible. It requires some mental calculation, but even if you add in those steps, at most 5 steps. Okay? What is the interesting thing to note from this bonus question? That you can factorize without doing a quadratic factorization. Are we clear about this? Factorization is just about taking out what is common. So you can take out the entire bracket. That's what you need to learn. Okay, for bonus question 2, okay, give me a few seconds, minutes. I will finish this ASAP. Bonus question 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 different terms. So we are going to do factorization by grouping. Factorization by grouping. These two, take out x squared to get x minus 1. These two, take out minus 4 to get x minus 1 as well. So same as the previous bonus question. Let me just write this down. This is factorization by grouping. If you forgot, go and revise chapter 2. Okay? This has the same bracket. So take out the same bracket. You get x squared minus 4 to be 0. But we are not done. X squared minus 4. This is an identity. For those of us who cannot see, I write down. That's a squared minus b squared. So you will get x minus 1, x plus 2, and then x minus 2. Use your zero product rule, and you will get x equals to 1, or x equals to minus 2, or x equals to 2. But remember, I said before, you got two answers that are the same number but different sign. Plus minus. You can combine and write it as plus minus 2. Okay? The last step, the plus minus 2 is not a must. It's just good to have. Okay, I'm done with the bonus question. I will stop here. I'll see you next week after HBL.